How long was Neil Armstrong actually on the moon? When did Europe start speaking English? Did Marco Polo really go to China? CuriosityStream is the streaming service for all things history, plus science, wildlife, and more. What's the real story behind the Mona Lisa? We've got that. What caused the collapse of Rome? We know. Where did we find mankind's earliest ancestor? Come find out. For the holidays, give the gift of curiosity with 25% off gift cards for your curious cohorts. It's holiday shopping season at curiositystream.com/gift.
O ancestors, blacker than 1,000 midnights, African ancestors, it is to you that we, your children, give respect and honor. O ancestors, we call upon you and welcome you in this place. African ancestors, let your presence fill this place. O ancestors who have been purposely excluded from the history book so that the world may not know of your greatness. Our African ancestors who gave civilization to the world. Our African ancestors who gave the arts to the world. Our African ancestors who gave the sciences to the world. Our African ancestors who gave literature to the world. Our African ancestors who gave music to the world. Our African ancestors who gave philosophy to the world. Our African ancestors who gave God consciousness to the world. Oh, ancestors, we thank you for devoting your life to make a future for us, your children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. Now stand with us, strengthen us, guide us, teach us, and protect us from the snare of our enemies. Rise up, O African ancestors, and let our enemies be scattered. And give us the wisdom and the boldness to deal with our oppressors and those who would hinder the liberation and empowerment of our people. Rise up, O African ancestors, and live in us. And we will not be afraid to honor you. We will not be afraid to respect you. We will not be afraid to hear you. And we will not betray you. Ashe. Season 4, podcast number 33.
Reagan era turned Chocolate City to the drug game. Crack rock white. Reagan era turned Chocolate City to the drug game. Crack rock white. Reagan era turned Chocolate City to the drug game. Crack rock white. Reagan era turned Chocolate City to the drug game. Crack rock white. Reagan era.
I'm a 70s baby, raised in the 80s mama. Heard Reagan speak on the Iran the Contra drama. Grannies praying to the Lord, hoping my mom's comes home safe and don't end up in the morgue. DC drug warlords, smorgasbord, fork in the road, all you can eat. City never sleeps till the street lights come on and fiends run like roaches. Hope is scoping for the next crumb to jump on. Fiends in the 80s, raised crack babies, moved in with granny. Life wasn't fancy, still had bread in the pantry, making miracles out of nothing to provide something. Red-headed youngin', Washingtonian native, pops never made it. Mom still here though, second generation. I respect that, like being young, black, and gifted. Rosalie taught me that. On any given Sunday, find me in the church playing drums for the choir. I'm inspired to never run with the bad boys in the neighborhood or I will expire. Co-supplier, burn by the fire, reach higher, designer clothes, dream deferred, burn a hole in your nose, life blows. Curtis, eating church's chicken, Gino's finger licking, getting whoopers in public.
Reagan era turned Chocolate City to the drug game. Crack rock white. Reagan era turned Chocolate City to the drug game. Crack rock white. Reagan era turned Chocolate City to the drug game. Crack rock white. Reagan era turned Chocolate City to the drug game. Crack rock white. Reagan era.
Mental Salvation Radio. Thank you for tuning in to another installment of Mental Salvation Radio. This is Enoch 7 Prophet, and today's date is May the 29th. On a gloomy Saturday. It's really cold outside. It's like, let me put on my hat type gloves, hoodie, go outside type madness. But hey, we're here, we're alive, and we're able to feel the presence of The Breeze Outside. At the top of the hour, you heard Reagan Era, and that was by me, Enoch 7 Prophet. Reagan Era, we released that album, the top of the year, the top of 2021, we released that album. And it was up for nomination for a Whammy, something that that it is something almost like the Grammys for DC. But we was up for a DC Whammy, and that was dope for Album of the Year, and I think Song of the Year, I believe, and that was a great honor and privilege to be a part of that. We didn't win, but it's all good. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. The music is still dope. No matter if we brought home a trophy or not, the music is still dope. And big up to everyone who brought a trophy home from the Whammies. That is really, really exciting. That a lot of my peers brought home Whammies. They brought home actually Whammies, and that is what's up. All right, so yeah, Mental Salvation Radio. This is season 4, podcast number 33. Yeah, 33. We in here. We rolling. We rolling with this. We rolling with this. Also, today's strand or today's stories will be brought to you by Sour Diesel. That's today's strand, Sour Diesel, aka Sour D or Sour D's. It has a lot of terpenes in it as well. It's 0.75% of terpenes. It is a sativa strand. The dominant terpene within Sour Diesel, it's called caryophyll. Or let me say that correctly. It's caryophyll or caryophyllene. There it is, caryophyllene. And it helps you with anxiety. It should help you with, it goes by person to person now. Should help you with some anxiety, pain relief, anti-fungi, anti-inflammatory, and the particular strain, it relaxes you. It peaces you out. It makes you chill. Like, hey, chill out. Get creative. Be energized within your chilling out moment, but be energized in that process, right? Also, that particular terpene is also in foods. So I'm going to pronounce that terpene again. And as y'all always know, I don't go back to listen to other of these podcasts to edit because it's live. I wanted to feel real. So to pronounce this terpene again, it is called caryophyllene. So caryophyllene. That particular terpene, caryophyllene, it is in broccoli. Broccoli is high in B-caryophyllene. And although it may not affect your high, there is scientific evidence that eating it can help the pain relieving and anti-inflammatory effects of cannabis. It just ignites that, is what they're saying. One study even indicates that the body does not build a tolerance to B-caryophyllene, as it does with many synthetic pain relievers. All right, so when we are engaging in our curricular activities, smoking the marijuana, always try to figure out what type of strand it is, where it comes from. Respect the tree, because if you respect the tree will respect you. So if you know all of the terpenes that are in the tree, if you know where it came from, what's the name of it, if it's male or female, have these conversations because you want to know what this particular strand is doing for you and how will it assist you personally into what you wanted to, why you're using it. So just look into that, ask your street pharmacist, hey, what's this? Google it, see what's up, see what the terpenes are. If you are going to the dispensaries, of course, they're going to tell you what the terpenes are. Now, in DC, they don't do any testing on, thus far, any testing is done on the flour that is brought into the stores. So they can't label it, all the terpenes on it and the percentage within your flour that you're getting. They can't do that because it's a lot of money that goes into testing, and quote unquote, DC never has money, but he always got money to build buildings from contractors and fuck the streets up and not pave them properly, right? At any rate, so when you come to the Maryland side of things, they have the money to test the product, to test the flour for these particular terpenes and the effects that they cause, the sedations, the helping with anti-inflammatory things and suppressing hunger and things of that nature. So when you start to look deeper into the terpenes, these particular terpenes do certain things, all right, like haloline. Haloline, if I'm pronouncing that right, it's supposed to help you with suppressing your appetite, right? It's supposed to do that, but once you start to dig deeper into all the scientific stuff that goes within the flour that you are inhaling or the flour that you are eating, within these brownies and stuff like that, it's medicinal. So it's supposed to be medically. Plants are the healing of the nation. So you need to know what is inside this plant that is healing the nation. We'll be right back. Mental Salvation Radio.
'Cause I just wanna love you, baby. I don't wanna waste no time. Wanna be your only one, baby. Please don't break my heart.
I rose from the dead, tailor-made black linen. Tinted Escalade with a made man in it. Rose gold shades with the rose lenses. Pink champagne and the flow so endless. All I seek is perfection. Ain't no secrets, I'ma eat that for breakfast. Keep her close to me like lyrics she spoke to me. In the middle of the winter, similar to close to me.
All these stars out, and these people know my name. I can be so pretentious, but he likes me all the same. And these lights are glowing, but he don't want none. He rather chill and hold me. Maybe he could be the one. You want me to trust you, but how can I trust you when I don't know the first thing about that? There's so many questions and I learned my lesson. Messing with my heart and I just got it back. I just wanna love you, baby. I don't wanna waste no time. Wanna be the only one, baby. Please don't break my heart. I've been here before. I don't know if you're the type who's gonna keep me sure. When the doubt creeps in my mind, will you be there, baby? Or will you let me go? Can you stand the pressure? This is what I need to know. You want me to trust you, but how can I trust you when I don't know the first thing about that? There's so many questions, there's so many lessons, and I need for you to have my back. 'Cause I just wanna love you, baby. I don't wanna waste no time. Wanna be your only one, baby. Please don't break my
All white in
heart.
the winter, green in the summer. Painted the Lamborghini, same color, Meryl. Floating in the six till I made her seasick. Wetting these humps up with this AMG kit. Earned a reputation ripping up and down the boulevard. Me and baby Bonnie and Clyde off in them rental cars. Propositions from politicians are common now. My money tall, we can never be on common ground. Pillar top back, getting higher than a higher power. Making love in the penthouse, then it's sayonara. Fell in love with shorty, blame it on the chemistry. Tools on the low, foes really envy me. Money multiplied, S600 Benz. Me and my shorty like, we a team to the end. Monopoly shopping spree. Imagine what we can spend. Me and my shorty live, we'll do this shit again.
Don't break it. Please don't break my heart. Don't break it. Please don't, baby. I just wanna love you, baby. I know it from the very start. Wanna be your only one, baby. Please don't break my heart. You got me living on a prayer. You could be a millionaire, but we won't pretend. You know you're more than a friend. Just because you love me, I'ma love you to the end. I got you, you got me. I like you, you like me, and we could be everything. I wanna
Hey ladies, are you ready to take yourself to the next level in all areas of your life, your health, inside and out, mental health and finances, all while balancing your life to excel and be the best version of yourself? If so, join me, Kimberly Covington, as I host on June the 12th from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. and learn the tools to be locked and loaded to discover the new you. For more info and to RSVP, go to womenlockedandloaded.eventbrite.com and follow us on Instagram at Women Locked and Loaded. See you there.
Mental Salvation Radio. At the top of the hour, we played Breaking Era, Enoch 7th Prophet, followed by Break My Heart featuring Rick Ross, Estelle. And you just heard that wonderful commercial from Black Women Connecting Communities. So we are here for indie news, giving indie news and sharing indie stories and being a part of the community and in the community whenever we can, whether we are physically in the community or electronically in the community, visually in the community, and being a part of our family worldwide and doing anything we can in ways we can help them. So if you want any more of the news from any more of this indie news that you just heard, if you want any indie news, if you need any indie updates, if you want to just chime in and see what the WOW Radio family is doing, you can tune into www.wowradio.net for all your news. How about that? That's another commercial. And Carib, you don't have to pay me for that one. It's another commercial. I just put another one out there so the engineer can snip, and you can use that as well. But yeah, so once again, this is podcast number 33, and you can find this podcast along with any of my other seasons that I put out on Mental Salvation Radio from season 1 up until season 4, which we're in right now. You can go to Apple Podcast, Spotify, Deezer. Whoever uses Deezer, I salute you. Deezer, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Anchor, even www.wowradio.net/M as in Mary, S as in Sam, R as in righteous. And once again, storytelling is brought to you by Sour Diesel or Sour D's or Sour D. That's where we're at right now. So I'm going through Twitter right now, and I come across one of our own Chakra Music family members, the sunflower of Chakra Music, who is Miss Lonnie Boheme. And I'm reading her tweet, and it says, "Our only real job in this life is to show up and be in the moment. Don't live in the past or the future. Live for today." And that's a great segue into in the moment. Storytelling in the moment. Are you in the moment? Have you been in the moment? Have you been part of the moment? Did you ever have an opportunity to write down or express how you felt within that moment? Did you write your moment down right there in your head and then replay the moment back 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, a year later to see how you felt? Well, I have. And I'm going to continue on to live in the moment and express my feelings and my thoughts and my stories to you in the moment right now. And 1995, I started smoking weed. My freshman year in college. Now, that freshman year of college, that's when Raekwon, Ghostface, Wu-Tang, they dropped Only Built for Cuban Links.
Did you miss your deadline to renew your Medicaid coverage? You can still send your completed annual review form to Healthy Connections Medicaid. You may be assigned to another health plan, but you can ask to come back to First Choice within 60 days of renewed Medicaid eligibility. It's your family. It's your choice. First Choice is the right choice. Renew and choose us. Visit selecthealthofsc.com/renew to learn more.
You probably know the feeling: sweaty, fast breathing, quick heart rate. That's a cortisol spike. It feels awful, and its imbalance is the cause of your anxiety. Rebalance Health's 3-part anxiety system helps address it at the root. Rebalance Health lozenges are natural and designed for optimal absorption, providing 24-hour relief. Live life fully without feeling like you're fighting for it. Get 50% off your first month with code CALM23 at rebalancehealth.com.
Ooh, the purple tape, only built for Cuban links. 1995, me being a freshman at Voorhees College. And my first year there, might have been my second year or going into that advanced freshman stage. I was there with my cousin, Dwayne, my 2 other cousins, Michelle and Terry. So out of all of us being there, Michelle was the oldest, then Terry, then me, then Dwayne. Terry, Michelle, and Dwayne are brothers and sisters. Michelle was soon to graduate, so that left Terry and Wayne. After Terry graduated, Dwayne just disappeared. He never come back. I don't know what happened, but believe he became a dad during college years, and he just bounced, right? So one particular day, before he rolled out, during the process, I had my first taste of marijuana. I didn't know what the terpenes was. Please, I didn't know what the effects would have been. Please, wasn't in that culture, all right, at that time. But I was very curious because my roommate at the time, his name was Total Chaos. We just gonna call him Total Chaos. Total Chaos was my roommate for a while. And one day, Total Chaos was always rolling up these little white boys. These little, using Easy Wider papers. I remember them. Easy Wider papers or top papers. And they were white boys. And I was like, I knew what white boys were. Please don't get me mistaken. I know what drugs were. I knew what they are. I know what they do. I did sell acid tablets in high school on the low. I do know what coke and crack look like. I did have friends who dabbled into that, so I understood that. But I never smoked weed, right? Never smoked weed. Being a PK kid, growing up in the church, I never ran across that. I knew of it. I never tasted it myself. At any rate, so Total Chaos he was always leaving these roaches in the ashtray. Always leaving roaches in the ashtray. Always. So one day he goes across the yard to go visit some other of his friends across the yard. Meaning, if you ever been on college, you know what the yard looks like. Our campus on Voorhees College campus was small campus, but we had this thing called Pecan Grove, where any and everything happened in this little grove area, picnic benches, tables, the forest, so on and so on. So he goes across the yard to the females' dorm to visit some of his friends over there. At that time, it was called DDP. We gonna call him DDP, right? DDP. DDP. And TK is going across there to holler at DDP because they was going to smoke. They was going to enjoy themselves and have a good time, whatever, right? So I'm stuck in the room and I see these 2 untapped, or it was more than a roach in the ashtray. It was more than that. So I was like, man, let me try this joint. I hit it. I knew it was weed, though. I knew it wasn't no dun-dun-dun-dun. I knew it was weed. I know it wasn't no dun-dun-dun-dun, right? So I smoked the weed. Boom. I said, man, this ain't shit. This ain't doing nothing to me. This is Nathan Bookman. Hit it again. Bomb, bomb. I think I didn't feel nothing. Hit it one more time. Boom. Now, I ended up, after that last hit, I don't know how I ended up on another part of the campus, because right next to Voorhees College is Denmark Tech. It's a technical college, so it's Denmark Technical College. And you had to have, it was a big fence that you had to get through or over to go to that, to just get over there if you wanted to. Slim, I don't know how from my dorm on the second floor to my room on the second floor to outside over the fence talking to a female. I don't even know how I got there. And then seeing my cousin Dwayne pull up, and he was like, yo, what you doing over here? You don't belong over here. Because at that time, Voorhees and Denmark wasn't getting along. And they were like, Denmark was the sister to our brother school. You know what I'm saying? We was the sister school. Denmark Tech was the brother school. So we was the big kids. So there was always some issues of guys from Voorhees going over there, hollering at their Denmark Tech girls. I didn't know that. I was high. And my cousin Dwayne, car full of people. I think Willie, I forgot who was in the car, but at any rate, he goes, yo, man, what you doing over here? I said, man, I'm chilling. You see me talking to this girl, right? Can you just go ahead? And he was like, nah, you don't belong over here, man. I ain't give a damn. You know why? Because I was high. And that was 1995. And then in 1996, I get, and then that following year, I get charged with a simple possession on March 5th. That following year. In the moment now. I'm still in the moment. I remember my last year moment, 1995. 1996 roll up on me, March 5th. Also, Redman drops Muddy Waters, December 10th. And that same year, I got my first tattoo. Now, hold on. 1996, I get charged with simple possession. This happened at a hotel party. I will explain that story when we get back. Mental Salvation Radio, pay attention.
What's up, DJ SE? Man, you remember when we did that joint with a kid at OG called The Business? Bro, I think we still need to give the folks a little bit more insight on the business, man. What you think? I think so, too. But I'm going to need the people to do one thing for me. That's pay attention. Be all I can be, I used to hear it in commercials. Lou Ferrigno lifting bars while I'm in rehearsals. Innovator, lifestylist, and contributor. Scientist, sneakerhead, and distributor. Stay independent, preached it in the very beginning. Own our own masters, we listen, now we winning. Made a few mistakes, some casualties along the way. Some things are meant to be, no matter what you pay. Seen some bad contracts, the lawyers knew the options. Thank God for the wisdom, we stopped the adoption. 7 years, 7 singles, and no publishing. No advance pass go, signatures they rushing. Got up and walked away from Mont Blanc on the table. The words on the paper, black and white and unstable. A split second, be careful, that's all it takes. Don't worry about the fame, it comes with the cake. Avoid contributions that come with zip ties, unless it's off-white with the mocha cream pies. Pay attention, listen close to what I gotta say. Learn the business, write your boss, no matter what they say. Avoid contributions that come with zip ties, unless it's off-white with the mocha cream pies. Pay attention, listen close to what I gotta say. Learn the business, write your boss, no matter what they say. Secure the bag, live your life, follow your intuitions. Have some faith if you want to speak it to fruition. I want the Lambo with the Eagle wing doors. Bedroom balcony with the marble floors. Set your standards on another level. ASAP fur diamonds in the watch bezel. You got it right, I represent the district. Don C, bullet short so you can't miss it. Sound extraordinaire, he blessed me with the heat. Mix the master it, now it's ready for the streets. If we stood together, imagine what we could conquer. Keep the loyalty, wipe out the dishonor. The Frederick Douglass of the rap game. Freeing MCs, giving back their names. Underground with the music like we heard Tubman. Enslaved bastards free, no more court summons. Avoid contributions that come with zip ties. Unless it's off-white with the mocha cream pies. Pay attention, listen close to what I gotta say. Learn the business, write your bars no matter what they say. Avoid contributions that come with zip ties. Unless it's off-white with the mocha cream pies. Pay attention, listen close to what I gotta say. Learn the business, write your bars no matter what they say.
Mental Salvation Radio Season 4, podcast number 33. So as I was saying, 1996, I get charged with simple possession on March 5th, right? This is what happened. So I am in my dorm room, Voorhees College once again. I am in my dorm room. I have the room to myself because my now I am a sophomore. Moved across the yard to Hollamy Hall. Within Hollamy Hall of Voorhees College, Hollamy Hall, I had a roommate at that time. His name was JD. We're going to call him JD, right? JD ended up moving out because he got a crib off the yard. You know what I mean? He got a little spot off the yard. So he was like, man, the hell with that. You can have this room red. I'm out. I got my own joint. All right, cool. So I fixed that joint up as like a bachelor pad and shit. I had got his bed out of there. Only had one bed in there. My joint was, it was the spot. Now I'm really smoking tree. I'm really getting my huff on. So, my man Eric, who looks like Raekwon from Wu-Tang, my man Eric was working at McDonald's in Denmark, South Carolina, right? He had a little college gig. Everybody had their thing when they was in college. Mine was cutting hair. So he got off work. He knocked on the door. He was like, yo, I got a blunt. Come to the room, or I come to your room. We'll just boom, boom, boom. I was like, all right, cool. So we hit the little jump. He goes back to his room. And I'm now in my room listening to Waiting to Exhale, the soundtrack. Please don't ask me why. Don't ask me why was I listening to this soundtrack. I thought the soundtrack was dope. I didn't see the movie as of that. I did see the movie, but don't ask me why I was listening to Waiting to Exhale. I can remember it like it was yesterday. Eric knocks on the door. Hey, do you want to go to this party that this dude Chunky is having? We're going to call him Chunky. This dude Chunky's having because the DDPs are over at the hotel party. Alright, cool. Y'all remember who the DDPs were, right? I've been introduced to the DDPs within that 1995 year. So, we go. We get there, actually. Matter of fact, Chunky comes to get us. Chunky takes us over there. By that time, DDP, they're leaving. So Chunky is going to take him back to the yard, right? So now me and Eric in that joint getting our party on. You know, there's alcohol, there's beer, there's tree. You know what I'm saying? Any and everything that a college party could have except for females because they rolled out. They were gone. So me and Eric in that joint, you know, getting high, Eric drinking, and boom, 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 boom. And there's another knock at the door. And we're like, who is it? There's like police. It's like police. I'm like, man, Chunky, stop playing. Chunky, stop playing. Because mind you, Chunky took the DDP crew back to the yard. And within that time, it was like an hour or two had passed before Chunky came back to the hotel. So when we opened the door, when Eric looked out the window, he was like, dang, Red, it's the police, man. It's like, all right, open the door. There is now 2 Desert Eagles. If you know what a Desert Eagle is, it's that same gun that that my man MC8 from Minister Society had. He had a Desert Eagle. It was like a big 9. It was like, I think it's a 9 Desert Eagle, but it was a big gun. So they had 2 of those on Eric, and because he was a big guy, so they had 2 on him. And they had one of the Desert, and there was 2 police officers, and one had a 9 in my face. So I'm looking at the barrel of this gun. They say, get on the floor. We got on the floor. Mind you, I had on a brand new shirt my grandma bought me. I said, man, damn it. So I get on the floor, and when I got on the floor, I was laying in beer. And I was pissed off because I'm thinking about my damn shirt. I just got this shirt. So we're not in handcuffs at this moment. The police walks through. He sees beer in the tub, beer in the sink, and 2 roaches in the ashtray. Roaches, not blunts, not weed, not roaches, little small joints that you need a roach clip for. You know what I'm saying? So we got charged for simple possession of marijuana in 1996. We got locked up for possession of marijuana. I got locked up for possession of marijuana, not knowing that Eric wasn't 21 yet. He got caught with the possession of marijuana and the beer. So small town, Denmark, South Carolina. We was in Bamberg, South Carolina. We only had to go walk across the street to go to the jailhouse, which was crazy. But at any rate, we was in there overnight. And then we had to call a bail's bondsman to come get us. His name was Speedy. Speedy came and got us. I had to call my auntie who was in Statesboro, South Carolina, because I ain't want my grandma and my mama to know that I got locked up for some weed on college campus or anything like that. So my aunt ends up telling my grandma and my mama, of course, but then also helped with the bail. Got us both out. But simple possession of marijuana, that was 1996, living in the moment. And every time I hear that damn Waiting to Exhale soundtrack, boy, I go, like, turn that shit off. We'll be right back. Mental Salvation Radio.
Are you ready? I say, are you ready? Ready for what you ask? Y'all know season 2, we back. That's right. Brother Nev, Lene Monet, King Mark, we back. June 3rd on Wild Radio with season 2 of chicken wings, hot dogs, and bologna. We coming back, y'all. Get ready for June 3rd, chicken wings and comedy things. All new season, all new stuff to talk about, and do get ready. June 3rd, 7 o'clock on Wild U Radio and Spotify. Get with us.
Mental Salvation Radio, Season 4, podcast number 33. And at the second half of the hour, you've heard...
Why don't more infant formula companies use organic, grass-fed whole milk instead of skim? Why don't more infant formula companies use the latest breast milk science? Why don't more infant formula companies run their own clinical trials? Why don't more infant formula companies use more of the proteins found in breast milk? Why don't more infant formula companies have their own factories instead of outsourcing their manufacturing? We wondered the same thing. So we made ByHeart, a better formula for formula. Learn more at byheart.com. Breast milk science. It's a thing. And it's our thing. We're ByHeart. We're an infant formula company on a mission to get a lot closer to the most superfood on the planet, breast milk. Our patented protein blend has more of the important and most abundant proteins found in breast milk. We're the first and only U.S.-made formula to use organic, grass-fed whole milk, not skim. We make our formula in our own factories in Iowa, Oregon, and Pennsylvania, using a small batch manufacturing process that works to preserve the integrity of our ingredients. We ran the largest clinical trial by a new infant formula company in 25 years, and clinically proved benefits like easier digestion, less gas, and softer poops versus a leading infant formula. We were the first infant formula company to earn the Clean Label Project Purity Award. And while we've put a lot into ByHeart, there's a long list of things you won't see on our ingredient list, like no corn syrup, no maltodextrin, no GMO ingredients, no soy, no palm oil. ByHeart, a better formula for formula. Learn more at byheart.com.
Pay attention. DJ SE and Don Good. They just dropped an album called Pay Attention, an EP called Pay Attention, all on your media platforms, music media platforms, streaming platforms. Go check it out. Actually, don't stream it. Buy the product. Buy it. Buy it. Buy it. Don't stream it. Buy it. Buy it. Buy it. The album is called, the EP is called Pay Attention, from DJ SE and Don Good. The group is called D&D Productions. They're two brothers. That's why you got the D&D Productions. The EP is called Pay Attention. Right after that, we played something from Anthony Hamilton that came out in 1996. The song is called Nobody Else. Yeah, we be digging in the crates out this junk. Hopefully we digging in the MP3 files. You feel me? And big up to Chicken Wings and Comedy Things on their second season coming up shortly. So check those brothers and sister out on Wow U Radio. So that's www.wow, the letter U, radio. .net. All right. Okay, now we're going to continue on with the story. Redman dropped Muddy Waters in 1995, December 10th. And I was really smoking tree then, boy. I was really getting it in because that Redman had me just feeling a certain way. That I got to light me a J and a blunt, because back then we were smoking the Dutch Masters. Well, we didn't even split the Dutch Master down the back. We actually unraveled the leaf, popped open the Dutch, the gut of the Dutch, put the guts out, stuffed it with tree, roll it back up, and then wrap the Dutch Master leaf around the tree. A lot of people didn't really have time to be doing that. They just pop, 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 filled, boom, boom, seal it back up, dry it off, light. But if you really was in the culture, well, not really in the culture, but if you really wanted to take the time to finesse your tree to make it last longer, then that's what you was doing. That's what you was doing. You was taking the Dutch Master, taking off the leaf, unraveling the leaf, and then wrapping the leaf back up. Sometimes I put honey on mine, and it made it burn slower, but it was dope. So 1996, that same year, I got my first tattoo. Now, my first tattoo experience was with my first tattoo experience. I'm a Leo. It's my zodiac. My sun sign is a Leo. So yeah. At any rate, so I got my zodiac on my arm. So once again, driving to Augusta. So from Denmark, South Carolina, now driving to Augusta, Georgia. And these are the people that was in the car. JD was driving. My ex-girlfriend was in the car. Keisha, she was in the car. I want to say it was, I can't remember. It was 2 other people in that. It was one more person in that ride because it was 4 of us. So we went to go get a tattoo. And when the guy was giving me the tattoo, my whole arm was bleeding. My entire arm was on fire. Fire, ladies and gentlemen, it was on fire. Like it was on fire. Like ring the alarm type of fire. So within that process of it being on fire, it was bleeding heavily. Really bleeding because we were, consuming the marijuanas or the Mary Jane. Some take the medication just to ease the pain, right? And my arm was really bleeding. So as the tattoo artist was giving me the applying the tattoo. He was applying the tattoo. I was like, yo, I should punch you in your face right now because my arm is bleeding. He was just looking at me like, yeah, all right, little dude. I mean, he was a big guy. So I was just like, you are killing my vibe right now. Whole high went away, right? So after we got our tattoos, we got matching tattoos. So after we was done with the tattoos, we're driving back to Voorhees College. And there is a place in Augusta. It's called Hip Hop Chicken. I think it's called Hip Hop Chicken. If I'm not mistaken, it's called Hip Hop Chicken. And standing in front of Hip Hop Chicken, guess who I saw? Standing in front of Hip Hop Chicken, guess who we saw? James Brown. James Brown, ladies and gentlemen, was standing in front of Hip Hop Chicken. I said, damn, that's James Brown. That's the Godfather of Soul. He's standing in front of the chicken shack. I said, damn, we couldn't turn around because too much traffic. But it was James Brown standing in front of Hip Hop Chicken. I said, damn it. James Brown like chicken. Ow, hit me one time. Also living in the moment and in the moment, 1997, I stopped eating swine on my birthday, on my Earth Day, which is August the 10th. I stopped eating the swines. I stopped eating the pork. I stopped eating the bologna. I stopped eating the pork. I stopped eating the sausages. I never ate chitlins because those are pig guts. I never ate chitlins ever. I had pig feet before. I had that before. My mom used to cook the hell out of some pig feet, boy. But them chitterlings, no, I'm not eating no chitterlings. I'm not eating no chitterlings, no. Speaking of chitterlings, I went to go visit my cousin Dwayne. Remember, Dwayne went to Voorhees College. He rolled out, had a baby early, right? Later on in life, while I was married, me and my ex-wife at that time went down to visit my family, and I was going to stay with Dwayne. I normally would stay with my Aunt Jenny and just chill. If I'm in like that Twin City area, I'll just chill, But I was like, we're going to stay with Dwayne. Stay with Dwayne. Dwayne was like, hey, man, my wife, she in there cooking chitlins. You may not be able to take the smell, but if you can't take the smell, just let me know, and I'll let you know. You can stay at mama house. And I was like, all right, I sucked it in. I took it in and walked in the house. I was like, what the fuck is that smell? What the fuck is that smell? It was chillings. I said, yo, I can't, we went in the room. I put my bags down. I said, this smell is really, throw up-y. I got throw up in my mouth. So Max was like, well, let's tell him you can't stay here. I said, man, I can't do that, man. I don't want to hurt his feelings. So my cousin came back in the room. He was like, yep, I already know. You can't eat. I already know, man. Just go ahead and pick your bags up. I said, I can't, man. The smell was horrific. Like somebody died 4 or 5 times and they put it in a bag and left the bag sitting out on the porch during the hot summer of August. That shit was so stinky. Oh, boy. Also, I released my first solo project called Fickle Mind State under the name Mr. Vic. So Fickle Mind State was released in 1997 in September. All right, I was with the crew Metamorphflow. We were under the label Keep It Forward Records, and that solo project that I put out that was on tape, that I still have on tape, on cassette tape, it's called Fickle Mind State. I may release it. I may try to find a way to put it on, MP3 so y'all can listen to it if you care to. Also, that same year of 1996, we opened up for Goody Mob. Goody Mob. And we opened up for Goody Mob that same year, Voorhees College homecoming. And we were in the back, and it was a lot of weed smoking. It was a lot of acid tablet taking. I mean, like I said, I didn't dab into the acids. There was not acids. I'm sorry. There was shrooms being taken, but I wasn't a shroom head. I did not do the shrooms. No shrooms for me. But it was a dope night, though. It was a dope night because we just finished recording some new joints, and then we like rocked that new joint that same night. Oh, it was dope. It was a magical moment. Also, in the moment, I'm always going to circle back to in the moment, and I'm going to read what this tweet said. What Lonnie Bohem put in her tweet on May the 25th. She says, our only real job in this life is to show up and be in the moment. Don't live in the past or the future. Live for today. Right? So I want to break this down to show you how you can continue to live for today. Right? She says it's to show up to be in the moment. You have to be in the moment. Don't live in the past. Understand what you did in the past, but still live in today's. Don't live in the past. That's what she's saying. Don't live in the future because you don't know what's ahead. You don't know if you're going to make it to the next day. You don't know what's going to happen in 5 minutes. So you live for it right now. Within that living for right now, you have these moments that you go back in the past and like, oh, how did I feel when this happened? What was the story behind this or that? So it all came to me just sitting here last week going over and talking about my timeline. I wanted to continue on my timeline and sitting here listening to the music, same way y'all are listening to the music. I just went on Twitter and this popped up. This is the message that I want to give out today. Live in the moment. In the moment. Are you living in the moment? And if you are, what are those feelings that you're having right now? And I think it was, I love this tweet. I love this tweet. Beautiful person, beautiful tweet. I love this tweet because it makes a lot of sense. We'll be right back. Mental Salvation Radio.
first time I saw you, baby, we fell in love so fast. Anyone could tell this kind of love has got to last. Oh, baby, I wanna tie you, baby. Thank you, baby. Yeah, I wanna tie you. Thank you, baby. Oh, I wanna tie you. Thank you, baby, for being mine. Oh, yeah. Remembering when I first saw you, baby, how I wish that you were mine. I had a little talk with the man upstairs. I said, Lord, would you make him mine? Oh, I wanna tie you. Thank you, baby. I wanna tie you. Thank you, baby. I wanna tie you. Thank you, baby, for being mine, 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 mine. Ain't no man in this whole round world for me but you, baby. You, baby. Can't you understand? I'm gonna be your woman. Oh, no. I love you. It's so true, baby. My love. Da, 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 da. Ooh. I won't tell you. Let me talk to you.
Season 4, Podcast 33, Mental Salvation Radio, www.wowtheletteradio.net/M as in Mary, S as in Sam, R as in righteous.
I wanna tie you, baby. I wanna tie you, baby. I wanna tie you. Thank you, baby. Tie you. I wanna tie you. Thank you, baby. Thank you, baby, for being mine, baby.
Mental Salvation Radio is a platform where we tap into the entrepreneurial spirit of the black woman, and that segment is called Salvation Sundays. Tune in every Sunday, live on Instagram at 11 a.m. You don't want to miss it. Mental Salvation Radio. So, let's keep it forward. We don't have long to stay. 1998, Winston Bamboo Berry, one of my good friends, in 1998, as we talking about in the moment, 1998, I received a phone call when I was at Voorhees College. Received a phone call from Sean Boynes. So rest in peace to Sean Boynes. We lost that brother last year during the beginning of the pandemic. But in 1998, Sean Boynes called me and he said, "Yo, man, I heard that Winston died." I said, "What?" He said, "Yeah, man, I just heard he died. I'm not too sure about that. You know, I know you're real close with him and his peoples, so I'm gonna call you on three-way, and so I can hear it and see what the deal is, because I don't know how true this is." I said, "All right." So Sean called the number, And when the phone rang, his mother picked up the phone. And I said, "Hey, Mom, how you doing?" She knew who I was. I said who I was. She knew who I was. And I said, "Hey, can I speak to Winston?" And she was silence. It was silence. And her boyfriend at the time got the phone. He was like, "Hey, man, yeah, Winston passed away. You know, he passed away." And that was January the 7th. January the 17th. You know, he passed away. He had meningitis. So to hear all of this on the phone and have Sean Boynez on the phone, and then my homeboy, my good friend Chris, me and Chris was at Voorhees College together, and I told Chris, because me and Chris just seen Winston.
Why don't more infant formula companies use organic, grass-fed whole milk instead of skim? Why don't more infant formula companies use the latest breast milk science? Why don't more infant formula companies run their own clinical trials? Why don't more infant formula companies use more of the proteins found in breast milk? Why don't more infant formula companies have their own factories instead of outsourcing their manufacturing? We wondered the same thing. So we made ByHeart, a better formula for formula. Learn more at byheart.com.
My education would cost $42,000, but with VA benefits, I'm paying $0. VA covers my tuition, supplies, and housing, and it can cover yours too. Get what you earn. Visit choose.va.gov.
Not all veterans are eligible for the type or amount of benefits mentioned here.
That winter break when we went back home. So I heard the news while attending Voorhees College, is what I said, and that same year, like, you know, just to live in that moment, because me and Winston was doing music. We've done music together since high school. You know, I seen him get his first turntable. I seen him get his first piece of vinyl and build up a plethora of vinyl albums and records and discs and everything you could possibly need for a producer and a beat maker. 3-second sampler he had. He had the keyboard, can't think of the keyboard right now, but I know he had a 3-second sampler. He had the tech, the turntables, the techniques. He had one technique. He had one turntable, and he had the ASR, the 3-second sampler. We was always making beats. He showed me how to use the ASR, how to make beats, and, you know, rest in beats to that brother, because I loved him dearly. My grandma loved him dearly because he was like nice and respectable. So yeah, Winston Bamboo Berry. Yeah, he transitioned on January the 17th, 1998, and I found out when I was at school, and I couldn't get back home to head to his funeral because I didn't have the funds to do that, you know. And then eventually I met up with his mom, and we talked, and I asked, you know, what did he pass away from? Because people were saying he passed away from like AIDS or something, some nasty disease or whatever. Come to find out, it was meningitis that he had. You know, he was a dope DJ. He was opening up for Rakim. He was doing a lot of great things. So, you know, rest in beats, rest in Euro to my good friend Winston Bamboo Berry. On that same year, my top MC, my top artist, hip hop artist of all time, Redman, drops Doc's the Name in November the 24th, which went platinum 5 times. Now, here's another kicker to that. Every Redman album that dropped, I was smoking to. I smoked to the entire album. I would know all the words, all the skits. I would know everything because I was a huge Redman fan since 92. Right? So every time Redman dropped the album out in 95, when I started smoking Tree, and he was dropping these albums, each album came out, I would have a blunt roll for it. So I borrowed my friend Pam's car. I drove to Bamberg. I drove to Bamberg and the little shopping center, you know, to find the Redman album. Doc's the Name. Shit, they ain't have it. So I had to drive all the way to Columbia Mall to get Redman's album. Doc's the Name. It was on CD. Now, I got back, and big up to Pam because she always let us borrow her car. And a lot of people think me and Pam was doing the uglies, but you guys are mistakenly wrong. You are wrong. Pam is my good friend. I love Pam. And I'm the godfather to her son, Tim. So, at any rate, so Pam let us borrow her car. And I drove there from Denmark, South Carolina, to Columbia, South Carolina. In between, I got the CD. I brought it back to the yard. I rolled my J and smoked and listened to that album. I said, yo, this is a classic. And then come to find out, 5 times platinum. Also, in 1999, it was a spiritual change for me. In 1999, I was a junior now in college. Lauryn Hill of the Fugees just dropped The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, which won 10 Grammys. Not 2, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 Grammys. And when I heard the project, I said, this is going to be a classic. When I first heard it, I said, this is going to be, this is going to be a killer. And she got to win some Grammys for this. And she won 10. That same year of 1999, I was introduced to Rastafarian culture. And still held that up till this day. So give thanks and praises to Selassie Rastafari. And I'm going to talk about the year of 2000, the millennial. We'll be right back. Mental Salvation Radio to close out this dope-ass show. In the moment, we'll be right back. Mental Salvation Radio.
Yeah. Every time it gets faded, like you gotta be high sometimes. Look, here we go. Same old shit, same old niggas I don't even fuck with. Same old bitch say a nigga ain't shit. Same old pussy ass niggas in the room. Yeah, go. Let me get faded. Turn the mic on while I get faded. Hold on, my nigga, let me get faded. Turn the lights down, let me get faded. Go.
Let me get faded. Me and Benjamin Franklin, it's like we related. Me and Mary Jane, we get so sedated. Long as you respect it, you can love it or hate it. Ow! It's the same old shit. If the rap don't work, then the cane gon' flip. Just a juice bar nigga in the mango 6. And my lingo kick, and I bang my shit. Hold up, let me get faded. Roll up an 8 for the sour high graded. You can copy, but you just can't paste it. You can smell the weed, but you sure can't taste it.
Go. Same old shit, same old niggas I don't even fuck with. Same old bitch say a nigga ain't shit. Same old pussy ass niggas in the room. Yeah, go. Let me get faded. Turn the mic on while I get faded. Hold on, my nigga, let me get faded. Turn the lights down, let me get faded.
So, speaking of faded, right? Speaking of faded. So, 2000 is the year that I graduated from Voorhees College, right? It's the year that I graduated from Voorhees College. And every year, the graduates have a senior party, right? Every year we have a senior party. And this particular year, it was off the chain because now everyone is like, F4Hes, we can't wait to get the hell up out of here. I'm ready to graduate. People said I wasn't going to graduate. And now I have all my credits in and I'm ready to get the fuck out of here, right? And it's like, yeah, I'm ready to get out of this place. So, senior party. It was like a Tear the Club Up. As soon as that song came on, Tear the Club Up. Tear the club up. You know, people just dancing and moshing and having a good time. I think a little fight broke out because Tear the Club Up would draw a fight. Tear the Club Up would draw a fight. You feel me? And something happened with some locals because, you know, the locals will fuck up a party. Like the locals will just being local, like, come on, man, Come on, stop all that. This trying to close this year out good. At any rate, my man Kevin Lemon decided, hold on, let me go back. So, senior party. One of these years of a senior party, I believe somebody was graduating. And I want to say within that 1998, 99 years, we had the senior party leading up, right? And the fight broke out. Everyone was trying to move out the way. I remember my cousin Terry was there. And mind you, remember, I don't drink. I never drunk ever in my life. I was high off the tree. And that brings me back to today's sponsor, Sour Diesel. Sour D's.
With Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to... Has anyone seen the bride and groom?
Sorry, we're here. We were getting lucky in the limo and we lost track of time.
No, Lucky Land Casino, with cash prizes that add up quicker than a guest registry.
In that case, I pronounce you lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Daily bonuses are waiting. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details. With the Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
This is your captain speaking. We've got clear runway and the weather's fine, but we're just going to circle up here a while and get lucky. No, nothing like that. It's just these cash prizes add up quick. So I suggest you sit back, keep your tray table upright, and start getting lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
And I was very high. What I do remember is that there was a nice spread on the table. There was food, there was drinks, there was catered food, everything there for the seniors as we gotta get up out of here. Fight broke out. Kevin Lemon was drunk. He didn't care what was going on. He snatched the tablecloth from underneath all of the food, and all of that shit fell. Bong. And the little lighters was on. I said, this dude about to start a fire. Let's get the hell up out of here. Police came. Mace was sprayed. It was a wrap. I said, yeah, we was definitely.
No matter if I spit the hottest shit, I'm underrated. No matter if I fuck the hottest bitch, I'm still skating. We ain't dropping years, but our fans are still waiting. Got a new man and a baby, how the fuck you still hating? We ain't even touchdown, but our numbers are still paid. Every day is our birthday on Percocets belated. Every day is our birthday on Percocets belated. Look, we get faded.
So we were really faded. I said, yo. He gave Lemon the party crasher. Oh man, Kevin Lynn was a party crasher. You feel me? But it was all good though. It was all good. So 2000 is the year that I graduated from Voorhees College. We were the first graduating class of the millennium in 2000. Graduated in May. Ghostface of the Wu-Tang drops his solo joint called Supreme Clientele. I got introduced to a brother by the name of Verse All when I came back to DC, and we started a group called Culture Cypher. Within that, in the moment, also within the moment, my man TK, we both graduated with a sociology degree. Commencement was very, very boring. The night before that, all of us was sky high. And I looked to my right, and TK is asleep, slouched down, head over the back of a metal chair, and they were calling our names to stand up so we can get our degree. I had to wake this brother up. Big up to that brother. Also, 2001, I stopped smoking weed. Yeah, I stopped smoking trees in 2001. Then I picked it back up. I didn't smoke tree for about 20 years until recently. 20 years, I was not smoking any marijuanas. Also, too, in 2001, September the 11th happened, and the towers fell. Also, Jay-Z Blueprint album dropped. That same year, when the towers was falling, I walked across the street to Waxy Maxi's and picked up the Jay-Z Blueprint album. And then the cover of the Blueprint album looks like Jay-Z is talking to mysterious guys. The album is blue. I referred that to the Masonic and the Masons. Jay-Z is smoking on a cigar. He doesn't want you to see who he's talking to, so we see the feet. It's like the feet are coming to him, asking him questions or questioning him. At any rate, that's another topic in another book. I believe in 2006, I did give out the knowledge and I broke down all of Jay-Z's album covers and what they meant sonically, metaphysically, and things of that nature too. So I'm going to end it there because I took y'all through 1995 to 2001 in the moment. We'll be right back. Mental Salvation Radio to give you some good news and some birthday shouts. We'll be right back. Mental Salvation Radio. Mental Salvation Radio podcast number 33, season 4, In the Moment. I took you through 1995, In My Moment, to 2001, In the Moment. And you just finished listening to Day After by Deborah Bond, Washington, D.C. Zone. And before that, you heard Faded by The Lox. And before that, you heard I Wanted to Tie You, Baby, Leela James. I saw Leela James at the diner in Adams Morgan. She's very short. She's a very beautiful lady, too. Awesome. Very, very powerful singer as well. All right, we're going to close out this show. I'm going to close out this show with some happy celebrations. I want to first foremost big up to my goddaughter, Asette. She graduated from pre-K the other day. So big up to Asette, graduating from good old pre-K. Big up to the mama and daddy, Freedom. Big up to Freedom Black and Felicia, raising her beautiful daughter and family together. Also, I want to say a happy celebration, happy anniversary that happened this month to Lisi and Walt. Happy anniversary. Also, there's a lot of birthdays going on in May, so big up to all you May babies. Big up to all the May babies. Also, and the good news is that you're here, experiencing and living in the moment. Live for today, not tomorrow, is what that post was saying. Live for today, not tomorrow. Mental Salvation Radio, Season 4, podcast number 33. Also, before I go, I want to let y'all know that Salvation Sundays is a separate entity or a separate type of idea with the same cause that Mental Salvation Radio does. Mental Salvation Radio is the brother of Salvation Sundays. So Mental Salvation Radio is on every Saturday at 12 p.m. here on www.wowradio.net. And then we have Salvation Sundays, is where we tap into the entrepreneurial spirit of the Black woman live on Instagram. So follow me on Instagram at Mental Salvation Radio so you can see the live conversations that I have with Black women from all across the world, all across the globe, tapping into their entrepreneurial spirit. And that is every Sunday at 11 a.m. If you want to be a part of if you want to be a part of Salvation Sundays, then follow Mental Salvation Radio on IG. Go to the link in the bio. Click the link in the bio. It'll drop down a page. Sign up, register, your name, email, photo, what date you want to be a part of the show. And that's it. That's all. Mental Salvation Radio, like I always say, the sun will still shines no matter how cloudy, rainy, snowy it looks or gloomy it appears to be. The sun would always still shine. Keep that in mind. And I just want to read this beautiful quote that Lonnie Boheme posted on her Twitter feed. And once again it says, "Our only real job in this life is to show up and be in the moment. Don't live in the past or the future. Live for today." Mental Salvation Radio. Until next time.
When I'm ready to forget me, I won't be ashamed to show it. I have boundless energy, and it's all just for the knowing. Have you seen what I have seen here? Have you tasted the fruits of life? Are you happy just to be here? Or are you seeking out a new fight? See, I've known the pain now.
You're listening to Georgia
and I have known the anger. Now I'm gonna stay right for a moment. That rage has never been a stranger. But what is for the learning. That just keeps our souls right on turning.
Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. That should brighten your day a little. Actually, a lot. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.